of stopping.
Wow.
Christmas, folks.
Merry Christmas.
I think we do gotta go across that bridge up there.
You want to? You want to ride that? Yeah. She told me to stop making
I want to go over to the glass boiling place too.
So pretty.
No, I can't put you up there. Gotcha. I gotcha, sister.
Why did you hit me?
You're welcome.
I think by the time we get home,
All right, here we go. We are heading into the train depot to get on the train.
Howdy, everybody. That's all I heard of you. Let's try it this way. Merry Christmas. Wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be following you around the back of 504. Wait for John. All right. Say all right. Get up to John. Everybody waving. Bye, guys. Let me be the first to welcome you aboard the Frisco Silver Dollar Sing-Along Steam Train. Up here behind me, old-fashioned carousel. Everybody make sure you do the carousel. Just press that on the left and bears in the hall.
alrighty, we're gonna go over some safety things real quick so you're ready to get loaded on as soon as the train gets here. First and foremost, there's gonna be a pull cable up above your head on the right-hand side of the train cars for medical emergencies only. Please don't be pulling that unless you're suffering a medical emergency. If that gets pulled anywhere along track, the engineer will stop the train. The paramedics will be dispatched to our location. If you pull that and you're not suffering a medical emergency, one will be provided for you.
Yes.
Any little kiddos riding with you today whose feet are not sitting flat on the floor, you're just going to slide them on over to the closed off side, have an adult sit between them and that open edge, and that keeps us from slinging any more kids out in the woods. It is funny to watch them bounce and roll through the woods, but then I got to stop the train, get off, fight off the other 14 feral children we've lost throughout the years. I got to fill out a lot of paperwork, and y'all can tell by looking I'm not paperwork material. I was hired for good looks.
No. Yeah, buddy.
All right, the train will be here shortly, folks. We'll get you guys all loaded up.
Not anytime soon.
I don't feel the need. Yeah, my feet are kind of crowded down here. It doesn't bother me.
Disappointing, this thing's cold now.
Keep dancing though, guys. Hey, nobody said stop dancing. Look, it's up to your necks out there dancing. Stay seated, children. I'll flip the lights on and seated. All right, go.
on a train ride?
Yes, sir.
Man, I'm in the wrong line then.
You're wrong line. You looking for one of them water rides, sir? I'll tell you what. If anybody's got a bottle of water, just pour it on this fellow while we go around. Don't do it, kid.
She probably would.
I was gonna say.
She probably would.
That would be definitely naughty behavior, and then.
That's riding in the back of the truck back to Springfield.
Tomorrow, right? I don't blame you. I think that's still legal in Missouri. It certainly was when I was a child.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I think so.
I mean,
it's Missouri. It ought to.
Yeah.
I lived out in Arizona for 20 years, and those people would freak out if there was a kid.
I'm originally from Vegas.
Oh, right on.
But all my family's from here, and I'd come back here in the summer, and we grew up at the lakes in the back of trucks.
Right on.
And yeah, you couldn't do that out there.
Nah. I grew up around here and went to college at Arizona State, and then I ended up staying for 22 years working in the family court system. Retired and went, oh, I got a phone call.
Uh-oh. I do miss the desert a lot.
As do I.
I mean, it's when you've lived there, and it's. I mean, I love woods and the nature around here, but you can get out there and just go do whatever you want in the desert. Yeah.
The last 10 years I was out there, I lived in Mesa, Arizona, which is just outside of Phoenix, right on the edge of the Tano National Forest.
Yep.
They allowed side-by-sides. So I had a Yamaha Rhino that was all souped up.
Right.
There was nothing better than working all week, getting up on Saturday morning at about 4 a.m. before it got hot.
I used to love, my grandpa lived in Parker on the river.
Yep.
And I used to love going to his place.
So there's a lake out there that you can only get to, at least the backside of the lake, with an ATV or a boat. I used to love going out there and just, I mean, even if it was 110, go out there, I'm by myself and just jumping in the lake.
Yeah.
And there were there was a debate as to whether they were feral horses or wild horses, but some of them I know were born out there.
Right.
So I'd just be driving out there, man, and like a dozen wild horses would come past because they'd be right there by the water supply with all the greenery. There was the cutest little foal that was running around out there, all white, looked like Lone Ranger's Silver.
Oh yeah.
So there's a moment that happens whenever, I don't know, kind of transcend nature and you're right there with it.
Yeah.
Of course, then again, there were a lot of javelina out there too, and them thing ain't worth nothing to nobody. 1 minute 15, boys.
So we are on the Christmas train at Silver Dollar City. Amazingly, it only took us about a half hour to get all the way from the end of the line on here. It's a quick little drive around. They have a summer show and then a Christmas time show. I haven't been here in quite a while, but we're gonna take the ride around and see the show and check out the lights and ride the train. So let's get to it.
All right, y'all, this train is rolling. Howdy! I wasn't bad. Let's see if we can make it better. How about Merry Christmas? That's real good. Y'all, this is Conductor Gary Dean. I'm on the very back of the train. Waving us out, that's Conductor John. He is the face of Silver Dollar City's advertising campaign next season. Right there with the long hair, that's Conductor JR. He's the star of the Scrooge show. He plays Scrooge over there at Dickens at the Opera House. And right out there out front, that's Conductor Nick. Nick is available to hire as an elf on the shelf. He will come to your house, sit on the shelf, and snitch on your children. All right, y'all, this is a sing-along steam train, so I think y'all are contractually obligated to sing along. Here's a little holly jolly Christmas country style. Ooh, and mood lighting. All right, y'all. Well, this is conductor Gary Dean. I am still on the very back of the train. I managed not to fall off in between the depot and here, so I guess I'm doing better than I did last night. I hope y'all are having a really good night, guys. Hear that train off in the distance, y'all? That train is going to move into its position. We will signal that train back after it signals us, and then we will get rolling. In the meantime, we're going to sit here for a moment. All right, y'all. Train's about to get rolling. By the way, they say that these lights out here at Silver Dollar City are so bright you can see them from outer space. Now, I can't say for one. Come on! That's true. But if I ever get up there, I will come back and let you all know. Now, let's see, guys. If we're going to have a holly jolly Christmas, Santa Claus is going to have to come to town. He's going to make his big trip tomorrow night. Let's sing a little bit about it. Here's Santa Claus is coming to town.
Watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list, checking it twice, gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake, he knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for.
That's right, y'all. Santa Claus will be coming to town. Now, after a couple more songs, this train's going to come to a stop, and we will have kind of a special presentation for y'all. Take as many photos and as much video as you want during that presentation, but no flash photography. And if you got any bright light-emitting devices or loud electronics, kind of turn them things off for the courtesy of your neighbors. How about we sing a song about Santa's favorite reindeer? I think it's Kevin the Green-Eyed Reindeer. Wait, no, correction. Kid just told me it's Rudolph, red nose. That's him.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, I had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, you could even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to have to call him names. They would play for Rudolph, show me his reindeer game. Then what falls with your nose so bright, won't you now my friends now? If I was here nothing, I cannot defeat. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, remember his story.
Just like Frosty the Snowman.
Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy soul, with a corncob pipe and a button nose, and 2 eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman was a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how it came to life that day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. When he placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and
Here come the thumpity thumps.
Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, look at Frosty go. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, over the hills of snow.
Hey y'all, it is Christmas time, and Christmas means a whole lot of different things to a lot of different folks. For me, Christmas is all about family. That's probably because whenever I was a youngster, I remember that every single Christmas Eve, we'd go out to my grandma and grandpa's cabin in the woods for Christmas dinner. They lived in woods a lot like these we're rolling through right now. And when we got out there, Grandma'd always be out in the kitchen. She'd be making more Christmas cookies than we could eat in a month of Sundays. But in the front room, well, there'd sit Grandpa himself in a big red rocking chair right next to the Christmas tree with all the presents underneath it. But Grandpa wouldn't let us touch any of the presents underneath the tree until he sat us down and told us the story of the very first Christmas. And all these years later, folks, if I close my eyes, I swear I can hear my Grandpa's voice saying,
"Well, Merry Christmas, kids. It's sure good to see you. Me and Grandma's been expecting you. Well, she's up in the cabin right now cooking. Well, she's cooking turkey and ham, pumpkin pies. Boy, I tell you, I do love this time of year. Well, looky here, families are coming home. People just seem happier, friendlier, and after all, isn't that what Christmas is all about? I believe so. You know, there was a man that lived a long time ago that taught us to have that feeling year-round. Now, he was a special man who lived a special life, and, well, he died a special death. Many wondrous things happened to that man, but I believe the most wondrous was his birth. And I'd like to tell you the story about the day that he was born. The greatest gift of all, the gift of life, everlasting. Isn't that a wonderful story? But I do need to get the firewood into the cabin. You need to get back into town. There is a lot going on up there. But as we celebrate the holidays, let's not forget those men and women serving in the military who won't make it home to spend the holidays with their families because they're out there protecting us. God bless you guys. Merry Christmas. Come back and see Grandpa real soon, okay? Bye-bye.
Bye.
How about a big round of applause for Grandpa, everybody?
Bye-bye. Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.
All right, y'all. Well, right there towards the end of his talk, Grandpa mentioned all them soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines that are positioned all around the world looking out for us. A whole lot of them folks ain't going to be able to get home for Christmas. So how about we do this? Let's listen to this next song. Keep all of our veterans in your thoughts and keep them in your hearts and prayers all year long. This is I'll Be Home for Christmas. Folks, we are going to come to a stop right here in just a moment. This is all just part of that same thing that we did earlier where we recognize where the other train is. The two of them signal each other and then we get rolling. Hey, in the meantime, look at all them people who just came off Outlaw Run. They look traumatized. Count of three, everybody yell Merry Christmas at them. 1, 2, 3. Merry Christmas! I'll tell you what, you fall 160 feet down Outlaw Run into the dark, pitch blackness below, it will change your perspective on that. Tell you what, let's get the kids something to sing about. How about Here Comes Santa Claus? All right, y'all, train's moving. Everybody stay seated. Stay seated. Keep your arms, legs, heads, and hands inside the train at all times. Everybody start looking out to the right, kind of backwards over your right shoulder. You can see all the way up to the main square, all of the lights all the way across the city. You can see it again when the buildings get out of the way here in a moment.
Bells are ringing, children singing, all is merry and bright. Hang your stockings and say your prayers, for Santa Claus comes tonight.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Y'all, we are pulling into the depot now. I do have to ask everyone to please stay seated until I give you the all clear. These old trains, sometimes we overshoot the mark a little bit and you have to back up. I will turn the lights on to let you know when it's safe to leave. Just stay seated for me, folks. Stay seated. Stay seated. All right, exit out to the left. Watch your step. Watch your head as you hit your head. Well, once you have no words on the road, you got one day to make up for it, you know. All right, y'all. Good rest of your day here. Have a very Merry Christmas.
It's almost short enough to ride again. I forgot to see my coffee ground swig. I took a big old swig of the last ones and it was literally full of coffee. Like, that's what I was like, bet, wiping my tongue. Well, there goes the parade again. We going across the swinging bridge. closed.
She wouldn't think twice about letting me use it tonight.
Wow. Turkey. I love the fish too.
A ring holder. Looks like a paperweight to me. See these ornaments.
Oh, look at the pants. Those are so cool.
This is pretty cool. You can come in here when it's actually going, and they have guys in here blowing actual glass. Well, their ovens are on.
Yeah. Huh.
It's on the back side of one of the buildings, isn't it?
I just got to make it say Elizabeth and Letty right
But she did say check back.